There are moments in life that don't just throw you off. They take the air right out of your lungs. You may be moving through the day, doing what you normally do, and then something happens that hits you way harder than you expected. A phone call, a disappointment, a memory that you didn't ask for, or a conversation that lands wrong. And suddenly, you can't even think about your health, your goals, or your routine. You're thinking about how you're going to continue to stand upright. There are seasons when life doesn't just feel heavy. It feels like it's coming at you from every single angle. Things that set you back don't have to be big events, because just like small steps can move you forward, small stressors can add up. Bad news, or a moment where your body doesn't cooperate, or maybe a moment where you're trying to be strong for somebody else, or where you just get tired in a way that you can't explain. Moments don't break us all at once. They break us into pieces. And when we're trying to take care of our health, those broken pieces matter. Moments can change how we show up, how we cope, and they can even change what we believe about ourselves if we let the messy moments of life overtake us. When hard moments hit, your health journey, the one you've been working so hard to build, can sometimes feel completely out of reach. And it's not because you don't care anymore or your healthy habits aren't important. It's because there are moments that life is just going to knock you down. Everybody has those moments. Today I want to talk about those moments, the ones where you feel stretched thin, worn down, completely overwhelmed, or just not yourself, and how they shape our health more than any workout or meal plan ever could. I want to talk about what actually happens inside of us when life hits hard and how we can remain focused on our health without pretending that we're okay. Welcome to episode 62 of Making Mel Health in the Hustle. This podcast is a place where motherhood meets muscle, ambition meets exhaustion, and figuring out how to prioritize my health journey into the insanely beautiful chaos of a busy life is what I talk about. Some days it'll look messy, and some days flawless. But no matter what kind of day I'm having, I can assure you, I will tell the truth and do my best to give you some good ideas and insight to help you prioritize your own journey. Over the last 2 months, I have seen a lot of brokenness around me. I have several friends who've lost people they love, parents, other relatives, and friends. 2 of my colleagues at work passed away, and one of my close colleagues lost her beautiful granddaughter. I have friends that are fighting cancer, dealing with fur and feathered babies who have been ill, and a few who've crossed over that rainbow bridge. People that I care about have had surgeries, injuries, anxiety, lack of sleep, depression, and tough financial times. Life has a way of throwing things at us that we just didn't plan for. And when life hits you with moments like these, everything feels harder. You can lose momentum and confidence. Sometimes the rhythm and routines you worked so hard to build just fall to the wayside for a moment. Coach Val always says that you can have a lapse, but don't collapse. When you're in a space where the moments in life hit hard, they can change how you think, make decisions, and even take care of yourself. Aside from the big moments, everyday stressors drain our energy. Being the steady one, the responsible one, the one who keeps everything moving can take a toll. Hard hits don't just disrupt your schedule, they disrupt your sense of stability, and they can even make you question whether or not you can keep going. It's no secret that the rib injury that I recently suffered has had me down for the count for the last 7 weeks, and I'm really feeling the strain of that. Today, unfortunately, is the anniversary of my son's passing, so this is never an easy day. Being able to pick up heavy things and put them back down gives me release like nothing else on the planet does. So not being able to lift makes everything just a little bit harder and heavier. Coach Julie was talking about how we honor our bodies while living in the messy this week at Lifting Your Life Coaching. Because things in life just aren't going to be neat all the time. They're not going to be easy. If we don't learn how to live out our health in the middle of the messy, it will be one of the first things that gets impacted. When you're in one of these broken moment kind of seasons, your health doesn't have to fall apart because you have suddenly become lazy or unmotivated. It shifts because your brain and body are strained and stressed out. Your mind expends energy all day long from making decisions, and sometimes, by the time you get to your own needs, you are just so spent that you don't have anything left. Stress hormones rise, sleep gets disrupted. There will be a time when you reach for comfort because comfort feels like the only thing that gives you a break. And even on days when you want to stay consistent, your energy may not be the same. Your patience may not be the same. And quite frankly, your capacity to handle things isn't going to be the same. See, this is a point where shame kicks in for some of us. Somehow, we think we're failing when actually we are just having a normal response to the broken moments in life. I have broken down crying more times than I can count over the last month. Now, those of you who know me know that I'm a crier. But crying can cleanse the soul. Sometimes it is the only option that you have for resilience, and there is no weakness in crying. It is a release of all those emotions that built up, and honestly, science shows us that crying has many benefits. Research has shown that crying releases oxytocin and endogenous opioids, which literally ease physical and emotional pain in your body. Crying also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and that helps your nerves to calm down. So the truth is, a good crying session can help you get back on track. When you're in a season of broken moments, weight loss and maintenance can feel completely out of reach. Look, weight loss is really hard already. Consistency, patience, and emotional steadiness are all necessary to be successful. When you are juggling stress and being pulled in 10 different directions, it doesn't lead to good choices and focusing your mind on your health goals. When you are trying to care for your body while your body is healing or hurting, it can be exceptionally challenging. If you're unable to make it work, it doesn't mean that you don't want it. It just means that life has gotten louder than your ability to manage everything for a moment. This is where it's important to understand how to adjust your behavior in the messy. Injury, whether physical or emotional, almost always demands some kind of comfort. Recovery can be miserable. But this is a time where focus on good nutrition and gentle self-care becomes crucial. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot heal our bodies or our minds well if we're scarfing down cheeseburgers and hot fudge sundaes on a daily basis, or if we're eating crackers and cheese without getting a real nutritious meal in. Our bodies require good fuel. Protein and healthy fats are necessary to heal, and carbs are needed for energy. So finding a way to make that happen is essential to recovery and our health journey. This is where the 5% stretch philosophy can be really helpful. You don't need to overhaul your life in the middle of a horrible situation, or perfection, that's a complete myth. You just need to stretch a little bit more than you're currently doing, just 5%. Those small stretches can keep you going when everything else feels like it needs to stop. When you are worn down by life, broken moments aren't just obstacles. They can be teachers about resilience. And the 5% stretch can teach you how to slow down without stopping. Asking for help and redefining success in the broken moments are small stretches that can keep you moving towards your goals, despite what may be happening in your life. The 5% stretch can teach you how to create small habits that allow you to survive pain, chaos, and difficulty, and it allows you to build trust with yourself. Tiny stretches can carry you through the broken moments, keep you connected to yourself, and confirm that you can do the hard stuff and take care of yourself in the middle of life's broken moments. See, that builds resistance and resilience. Resilience isn't about being tough or pretending that everything is fine. Resilience is about learning how to come back to yourself after life knocks you off balance. It's the quiet ability to recover, even if the recovery is slow. Resilience is the part of you that keeps trying, even when you're tired or discouraged. And it can show up in really small ways. Resilience can be choosing to get out of bed when you would much rather disappear and stay under the covers. Resilience can be making a healthy food choice on a day that feels chaotic, or taking a walk, or getting a massage. Resilience may be reaching out to someone instead of isolating yourself. It's about giving yourself grace when you can't do everything that you planned. See, a lot of people think that resilience is something that you're born with, but really, it's something you build, and often, it's built in the middle of broken moments. Resilience is being built by going through the hard things and getting knocked down and learning what helps you rise again. Resilience is built by paying attention to what supports you, routines, people, environments, and small habits. You may notice it, and even when you feel broken, you're still moving forward. You will not abandon yourself, no matter how much it hurts. And let me tell you, resilience doesn't mean bouncing back to who you were before. There are moments in life that will break us to the point where we're just irrevocably changed. Resilience allows us to remain steady in the middle of that storm, even if we come out the other side a little bit different. Resilience allows us to live in the moment, gives us the grace to cry, and then go through the rest of the day caring for ourselves. Being resilient also means not hurting others because we're hurting. It is being someone a little bit softer and more aware of what we need so that we know what to do to keep going. If you're in the middle of one of those broken moments right now, one of those knocking the wind out of you, heart tightening, I didn't see that coming kind of moments, I want you to hear what I'm telling you. You're not failing or weak, and you're not inconsistent or behind. You are navigating something incredibly hard. And you're still here. You're still trying. You're still listening, and you're working at it. And you can still take care of yourself. Not by pushing, forcing, or pretending that you're fine, but by choosing the small actions that support you in the middle of being broken. See, self-compassion isn't letting yourself off the hook. Self-compassion allows you to give yourself a way back. Your health is never going to be built in perfect seasons. It's built in the moments when you choose to give yourself support, even when you're hurting. I would argue, especially when you're hurting. You're allowed to be knocked down by life and feel broken in the moment. But abandoning yourself is not the answer. Give yourself permission to take care of yourself anyway, even if it's small and even if it's slow. And that is how you'll come back home to yourself. And once you do that, your health journey will become even stronger. Until next time, onward and upward, my friends.